What's up everybody? Just wanted to make this video to show everybody my process of doing an exterior detail. Decided to use my own truck for this. So hope you guys enjoy it. I'll take you guys step by step what I do, what I look for, and how I get the finished result at the end. Thanks. So I've had this truck about a month now, and when I got it from the dealership, they did what they would call a detail on it, and as you guys can see, less than 800 miles and everything is sticking to it. Road grime, bugs, basically everything that will make the finish of the truck not look as great as it should. So why I wanted to tell you guys, I try to stay away from dealership details. They just don't do, I think, as good a job as other private detailers. Before I even start the rinsing process, I always start with a steam clean on the grill, the front bumper, and the mirrors. So I'm trying to avoid using the pressure washer to just take the bugs off. In my opinion, when you do that, the bugs will come off, but then they also take off a little bit of paint with them. So I'm trying to leave everything as simple as I can without deteriorating anything else, but still taking the bugs off. Important note is I don't use the steam cleaner to actually touch the paint. I try to stay about 2 to 3 inches away. That way we can loosen the bugs but not actually touch the paint underneath of it. So without using any water, you guys can see the bugs are already coming right off without having to use any high pressure. Next we'll go into using the bug and tar remover. Again, I still haven't used any water yet, just trying to take everything off with minimal touching. Put a nice layer of the bug and tar remover on there. I just want everything to fall off. As you guys can see here in this next clip, it's a really nice thick finish that I leave on it before I start rinsing anything. Okay, now the bug and tar remover is sitting on the front of the truck. I start doing my first rinse. I'm going to go panel by panel, section by section, in small increments, and just making sure I get all the big stuff off. The reason I do that is because I'd rather go section by section so I don't miss anything, and I'd rather spend a few more extra minutes or time taking care of the heavy stuff with a pressure washer versus trying to use my hand and basically push it all up with a microfiber mitt. The front of the truck is now decontaminated of bugs by using a steam cleaner and the bug and tar remover. Next I'm going to finish up doing just my exterior rinse, and then I'll move on to doing the wheels before we get out the foam cannon. wheels, I use a product called Black Magic. It's pretty much safe on anything, why I like it so much, but I'll basically do 2 wheels at a time. So after I rinse 2, I'll go ahead and spray this on, let it sit for a minute, go spray the other one, then come back, and then I will actually clean the wheel with 2 separate brushes. So a bigger one to do the outside of the tire, and then a smaller one, a wheel woolly, to do the inside and all the finer details. Everyone's favorite part, the foam cannon. So I'll do this again one or just a few sections at a time. So again, rinsing quick before I get started, so I know I've got all the decontaminants taken off before I start actually touching the actual body of the truck. When you are using your foam mitt, make sure to start at the top and then work your way towards the bottom. Every time you feel something drag, flip your mitt and use the other side. When both sides are contaminated, using your 2 bucket method, go back to your buckets with your grit guards and make sure you rub them and clean them out thoroughly. Now that the exterior wash is done, we're moving on to what I would call the minimum of protection that I'm going to do, and that's going to be 303 water sealant. So as I'm using the spray bottle right here, you can already see the water probably starting to bead and fall off. So the way this works, spray one section at a time and immediately rinse it back off. You'll see the water start to sheet and bead and fall down. So that is going to make my life a lot easier when I go to dry the truck later. I'm using a chamois to dry the towel. You can use microfiber or chamois. The difference between the two is if you're going to use a chamois, make sure the surface is as clean as possible, otherwise contaminants will drag and possibly cause micro scratches. We're going to want to go ahead and dry the entire truck before moving on to the next step. So I've done that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my dual action polisher and a couple of pads, clay bar, and some detailing spray to go ahead and do that. So what I'm doing here is actually getting a piece of clay bar ready, so I'm going to mold it the way I want it because I'm going to have to hold it in my fingers. So once that's ready, we'll go ahead and start actually doing the clay barring. we've got the clay bar now. We sprayed down some detailing spray. Basically whatever surface you're working on, you want to keep lubricated either with detailing spray or what I got from Chemical Guys, which is called their clay lubers. So we're going to go ahead and do this section by section, dry off that, and then start buffing afterwards. Don't be surprised if you pick up a lot of contamination. That's normal. Go ahead and fold the clay bar over and do it again. If you do drop your clay bar, don't try to reuse it. It's like a piece of gum. It'll grab anything. So throw that piece of clay bar away and start with a new piece. Okay, we can go ahead and start buffing. So for this, I'm going to use Chemical Guys butter wet wax. Go ahead and put down 5 dime size spots on your pad and go ahead and get started. So we're going to need to spread it out and then we'll go ahead and actually buff it in. A couple of squirts of detailer as well to help with lubrication at the very beginning. Remember, less is more. Let the DA do all the work for you. Just keep a light pressure on it and move back and forth in a crosshatch pattern. So side to side and then finish those up, going up and down. Doing that, you should have a really light haze at the end, which is what I'm buffing off now, and you can see the results. Go ahead and buff the rest of the truck. Doing the same steps as before. We'll clay bar each section, wipe that off, and then get the buffer ready. I think every detailer's favorite section to work on is probably the hood. It's probably the easiest spot to do, get the best results, really get those high quality photos when you're done. So I'm no exception to the rule. I like doing the hood as well. Just putting on some final touches, some tire shine. It's not always for me, but I know people do like it, so I thought I'd put some on. Okay guys, here's the final product. It took me about 8 hours start to finish. Anybody who uses me would probably expect I need the truck or vehicle for at least 1 day to do an exterior. I can usually do an exterior and an interior in 1 day though. Thank you.